Hello everyone, this is Aaron Fish from ATF Gaming and welcome back to F1 2018 Career Mode. So if you remember last episode, we did the contract negotiations. Apparently it didn't save the contract negotiations, so I got a second chance. And I clearly made some better deals here because we got, in addition to the race bonus, which was the only perk that we would have gotten last time, we also got pit stop efficiency and simultaneous development, 2 upgrades per department. So I was trying to get the upgrade speed thing, but that's the one thing I had to take out in order to get it below my value. We're expected to qualify and race in 12th, and we are the first driver. So I'm glad we were able to get a second chance at that because I was pretty disappointed with how that turned out last time. I did not plan that. I fully expected to save afterwards, but apparently it did not save. So we got one unread message. We got the debrief. Yep. All right. R&D. Let's see what we got going on here. We got all that in progress. If everything goes right, we should have 2 of those this week. This is Spain this week, so we should have 2 of those, the front downforce and the general wear, which would be great. But we also have a crap ton of resource points, so let's see what they want to upgrade. He doesn't want anything apparently, so I guess we'll wait until we move on to next week. So let's advance. And we are heading to Spain. Got an achievement. I know you guys can't see that. We got multiple achievements. Probably for our contract negotiations. We've got 3 achievements. Any more? Alright.
New parts have arrived from the factory without issue. They'll be fitted to the car in time for the next session.
Thank you, Carl. I appreciate the fact that we actually got our parts in on time for once. Got goals, updates, yeah. Weather forecast. Rain for qualifying. That's interesting. But the race looks clear. So that could benefit us in qualifying a bit, but we'll have to wait and see. But we do need to get to work on some new stuff here.
I recommend we could go for something like this.
I think that's a good idea, Carl. And we do get a bit of a discount there for some reason. But that is a major part that'll be ready for France, which is a few races away. But we will
What do you think of this one?
do that. But he also wants us to do that. And that will be ready for, let's see, 2 weeks. So that won't be ready for Monaco, but that'll be ready for the week after, Canada. So yeah, let's just go for it. So yeah, we got some upgrades going. I do want to look at durability as well. Gearbox durability is definitely something we need to look at. So we're going to get that in. Because I go through gearboxes left and right because I'm on automatic transmissions. So we got quite a few R&D stuff going on right now, which is great. I'm glad that we got aerodynamics, which is a huge struggle for us, and chassis. So the only thing that'll be ready next week for Monaco will be the durability, which is fine because there's a lot of shifting in Monaco. But we will have both the chassis and an aerodynamic ready for Canada, and then another aerodynamic ready for France after that. But we are definitely looking good. If you see on the right-hand vehicle performance comparison, with these upgrades, we would be the best of the rest. We would overtake Haas and Renault as far as vehicle performance. So, and that's assuming they don't make any upgrades, which obviously they're going to. But yeah, so we got rain for qualifying, but otherwise we're fine. But let's head off to FP1, and I'll see you guys at the end of it.
Welcome to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. Over the next few minutes, the teams will be heading out onto this classic Formula One track for what we're expecting to be a very hectic practice session. Now then, Anthony Davidson, there's been a lot of talk over the last few weeks about track limits. How much is too much when you're cutting corners and running wide? What are your thoughts on this? And do you think we'll be seeing drivers pushing those limits this weekend?
logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three: Hamilton, Vettel and Max Verstappen. That concludes an interesting practice session. Let's hope for more excitement as the weekend unfolds.
Alright, so I didn't really do any practice that would lead to a good lap. I did tire management and the track acclimatization program. So 17th is about where I would expect, honestly. But this is a track I'm very unfamiliar with, and I may include some clips here I'm probably going to forget. So if I don't include clips, I'm sorry. But there's a few turns that I just lose it at. And it's a very unfamiliar track to me. So definitely going to have to be careful on that going into FP2.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top three again are Vettel, Bottas and Daniel Ricciardo. Thank you for joining us for free practice today. We'll be back with more Formula One action very shortly.
Alright, my fears about this weekend are growing stronger by the minute. I originally failed, of all things, the race strategy program because I was just too slow, which I've never had that issue, so I had to lower the downforce, which makes me even more insanely loose in the corners. So this is going to be a race of can Aaron not make any mistakes, because it's going to be tough. I do think a bunch of these people did qualifying sims, especially the Toro Rosso and Alonso and Hulkenberg. So I don't think this is representative of where we're going to be, but we'll do our qualifying sim in the next practice, which is where we're going now.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three, who are Hamilton, Ricciardo and Carlos Sainz. That's it for practice then. We'll see you again soon.
Well, qualifying sim went about as well as I expected. We did not get the blue reward. We got the green, so we were a little slow, and then ERS went fine. But Esteban, he had a great qualifying run, and so did Carlos Sainz. So we might be stretching just to get into Q3, which is a bit concerning. But let's head off back to the menu or off to Q1, whatever I decide. Alright, so Q1, I actually had to go out and make a second run because I think we might have been fine, but we were 14th before I made that second run. But luckily, that second run was much better, so we're up to 9th. So that gives me a little confidence. Esteban did not make it into the next round, so... but yeah, usual suspects up front. Renault seems to be having a good day in the rain. But yeah, I was a little worried there, so I definitely had to make a second run. But let's move on to Q2. Well, that's a disappointment. I timed it wrong. I was going to go out for a second run, and just before I hit the start-finish line, the clock hit 0. So I waited a couple seconds too long there. Well, that's a disappointing qualifying effort. That's one of our worst qualifying efforts of the season. I think that still achieves our qualifying objective right on the money, but yeah, that's a disappointing qualifying effort for us for sure. But I can safely say we are much better in the dry than we are in the rain. So let's see who ends up qualifying on pole here, if it tells me. Well, I guess I'll have to wait.
What does the Spanish Grand Prix have in store for us today, I wonder? I hope we see some tight wheel-to-wheel action down the main straight, circa Mansell and Senna way back in '91. Or maybe we'll have a more strategic race here on a track where overtaking can be difficult. So before the off, Let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Bottas, Kimi Raikkonen, and Verstappen, Sainz, Magnussen, Alonso, and Roman Grosjean. Hulkenberg, the Professor, Stoffel van Dorn, and Hartley, Gasly, Ocon, Sergei Sirotkin, and Marcus Ericsson. Stroll and Charles Leclerc rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Good luck.
Well, thanks for the advice. This is going to be an interesting start. We do have the inside lane, so if I can nail the start, we might be able to make up a decent few positions there. But let's look at the race strategy here. Since we are starting farther back, I'm actually going to flip the strategy. And we're going to do softs first, and then go to super softs at the end. And I think that that's going to be, let's see. So, they say that this splitting it half and half would be the best. I'm going to go one extra lap just to say, just in case if we have any issues with pit stop. What's the original strategy? Okay. Okay. Just curious. Yeah, that won't do anything. Alright, but yeah, so we're going to do lap 9. So we'll have 9 laps on the softs and then 8 laps on the super softs. So I think that'll be a good strategy for us. Hopefully we can avoid issues down pit road and all that. So we're going to go with that strategy. Oh. Oops. No wonder there was an issue there. So actually that says we're going to go a little slower now. But again, I think the benefit's going to be being on the super softs in the end. So we're going to go with that anyway. We're going to flip the strategy around. We're going to put some extra fuel in the car. But not too much. Can't do anything with the setup, so let's just get racing. Oh, that was a quick lights out. Crap. Was not prepared for a quick lights out there. Alright, we just gotta stay on the bottom here, try to pass a bunch of people going into turn 1. Oh, we got a caution. I think that's behind us. Oh, I messed up the second turn. Alright, so we lost one position, which considering the terrible launch is not the end of the world. We're going to try to get underneath Hulkenberg here. Well, that was Van Dorn, excuse me.
Okay, we're through the start phase. Now let's build on it.
Yes, that was a neutral start. We ended up back where we started. Go back to standard here. Didn't put a ton of extra fuel in the car. And I want to save that extra fuel for when we are on the super softs. Alright. Made it through that corner. That's the corner that gives me trouble. Right there. So we made it through that without an issue. And also, Ricciardo on the pole. That's good for him. Alright, but I think we are definitely in line for one of our worst finishes of the year. But I'm hoping that this strategy ploy might come to benefit us. Now we do need to be wary. If a safety car comes out, we need to maybe change the strategy a bit. But I think that this might help us get a top 10 out of the whole deal. But we gotta keep pace with Hulkenberg here. Grading in the grass is not going to help. Oh, okay. That's not even the corner that I usually have issues with. But we got Van Dorn coming up right behind us, which is concerning. I'm going to go back to Rich here. We can't really afford to lose this pack. Oh, God.
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled.
Great. Just great.
Okay, we're hitting the rated limits on the MGU-H. The power unit is going to be more prone to overheating.
Great. Great. Just added insult to injury here. Oh, we have... How do we have DRS? I wasn't even expecting that. Oops. Didn't think we were that close. Oh, there's the issues. So yeah, you can see that corner. If I'm not thinking about it, I'm going to get loose off. Or I'm going to have an oversteer. But I was just not expecting to have DRS that last
The car ahead is
DRS zone.
6 seconds.
But we gotta remember, we are on opposite strategies of all these people, it looks like. Alright, we managed to fend off that attack. But I'm sure we'll have to do that again. He is on a faster tire, so we gotta keep that in mind as well. But I gotta stop getting in the grass. I really do.
Okay, Jeff here. You're causing unnecessary wear to your transmission. Try to take it easy, or we risk losing it.
Whatever. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care, Jeff. I still gotta make it another 2 races with this gearbox, too. Otherwise, I have to take a grid penalty. So, yeah. We might be taking a grid penalty at Monaco. Which, of all places to take a grid penalty, is probably not the best, but I'd rather do it at Canada, a track that I know I can do well at.
Gap to teammate behind is 2.7 seconds.
Great. I don't really care. But yeah, I'm going to be cutting in and out of this race because I want to save some time here. These episodes have been a bit long, so I'm trying to save some time. Alright, we got some pit stops coming in, so this is where we're going to have to really be on top of our game. But I've also kind of reached...
Okay, gap ahead is 2.8 seconds.
Reached a point where I've noticed...
Behind is
Oh my God, Jeff.
4 seconds.
I would love to speak, thank you. I've noticed that these softs are starting to become a little bit faster than the super softs that are still on track, so it's kind of a cool thing to see, honestly. Oh God, this oversteer off the corner. It's driving me insane here. Oh God. That was just me being stupid, but But we're definitely reaching a point where we're going to have everybody pitting. And we still got 2 or 3 more laps to go on this set of tires. So we just got to try to run as best of laps as we can here.
Aren't looking too worn at this point. We should have plenty of life left in them. Let's make sure we keep managing them properly.
Indeed. And we are going to inherit the lead here.
Esteban is in the pits.
This might be the first time we've actually been in the lead in this game, in this series. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember. But we haven't really had any instances where we would be up front, so we need to take advantage of it while we can. We need to run some smoking hot laps. That's not going to help, Aaron. We're going to put it on Fuel Mix 3 here. Try to get some advantage as I completely mess up these corners.
The car behind has come in. They're now on the soft tire. Softs on the car behind.
I know. We had a gap, but now we've blown it. Based off of those last couple corners. Where's my Delta going to be right now?
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix 2 soon.
Alright, give me time. I need to find... Oh, God. No, I'm not taking that. Not taking that. Just trying to go through my menus. So as of right now, if we pit, we'd rejoin 11th, which was right where we were. Oh, God, this car with its oversteer.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the super softs.
Alright, so we got another lap or 2 left on these tires. But I like this strategy because it will most likely mean we have a clean pit road. Which is definitely beneficial. Considering that has cost us some spots in previous races. But we got Vettel coming up behind. I'm probably not going to put up much of a fight with these guys. But I'm also going to try to block them if I can. But just going to be cautious on that, not get us into a wreck. But they are obviously way faster than me. Here comes Vettel. Oh no! Oh, that's a scary place to pass me, Vettel. My worst corner on the track. But hey, I get DRS. Here comes Ricardo. But that was probably the absolute worst place for him to try to pass me. I mean, hey, when we have positioning, we're able to stay in front of them. So, I mean, we're not doing too bad. Oh, braking zone! Looking over at the pit thing. But we're holding up Ricardo here, so I think we're sealing a win for Vettel at this point. Oh, hi. Ricardo's not happy that I'm holding him up, apparently.
lap.
Alright, we're boxing this lap.
We're leading our teammate by
Oh, God.
24.3 seconds.
Raikkonen just tried to make it 3 wide.
Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down a place.
That's to be expected. Alright, we got Verstappen coming up behind now. He's probably got DRS.
Box, box, box.
Yes, thank you for emphasizing that, Jeff. Got to make sure not to get in a position where Verstappen's going to block my entry to pit road. Oh, no. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, we got nobody else on pit road to block us, so let's have a clean pit stop. We're probably not going to come out exactly where we are, but we also are going to have faster tires. Got to keep that in mind.
Go now.
So we're 11th right now. I see Grosjean and one of the Toro Rossos.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Alright, so we're 13th. It's a couple places below where we were, but we do have the faster tire. So let's see what we can do with these fast tires.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Alright, we're going to get DRS on Gasly here. Definitely can feel the pace in these tires. We got to take advantage of it in these first couple of laps before they wear off. Okay. Thought you were going to leave a lane for me there, but I guess not. Oh, Gasly! Gasly! Give me room! Alright, that was not the cleanest of encounters there.
Nice move.
Nice move. I got a warning for it, but okay. Whatever you say, Jeff. And that also kind of distances Grosjean a bit. But I think we can catch up to him. I think we can, definitely. We'll definitely get DRS going on the straightaway here. Hopefully we can get him into turn 1. Come on, get closer to him, please.
Turbocharger is on its last legs.
Yes, I know,
Let's try to
everything's
manage on its
broken,
way.
Jeff. You don't need to tell me every freaking corner. Goodbye, Roman. Alright, we're back to where we
Some
were.
information on Alonso. They seem to have an issue.
Okay, is he ahead of me or behind me? Who knows? Probably behind me if I'd have to guess, but... Alright. Can we catch Hulkenberg? I doubt it. But, I mean, this is about where we were before, so, I mean... Pit strategy really didn't make much of a difference here, but I do want to try to get some points if possible. So we're going to run flat out here, try to catch Hulkenberg, but I don't even see him, so... That might be a bit of a challenge with only 3 laps to go. But I'll keep you posted. Alright, so... if you recall, Jeff was telling us that Fernando Alonso was having some problems, and I thought he would be behind us. He was actually in front of us. So, we have caught up to Alonso. We are coming to take the white flag. Hartley is out of the race now, but that doesn't impact us at all. But I definitely think we can get by Alonso here. And that will be for points.
This is your final lap of the race.
Hartley is also stopped in the middle of the track, so we got to keep an eye out for him. Alright, so we are in points. We are not going to catch Hulkenberg. But we are in the points thanks to that move. We just got to defend Alonso for this last lap. Oh god. Me and this track is definitely just a thorn. And considering we got Monaco next, this string of episodes coming up is probably going to be a pretty rough stretch.
Yellow flag.
Yeah, here's where Hartley is, over here on the left.
Okay, clear.
Vettel has won the race, mostly thanks to me holding up Ricardo while I was up front.
The gap to the car ahead is 5.6 seconds.
We gained like a second on Hulkenberg, but really not much for us there. We were lucky Alonso's having issues, because otherwise we definitely would not have made the points. Alright. Checker flag is out. We somehow managed the top 10.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
Well, thank you. We led for a little while. That doesn't mean anything in Formula 1, but we did lead for a little while.
What a drive that was to take the win for Ferrari today. And Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
Welcome then to the podium, our top three drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Sebastian Vettel takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
My driver of the day was Charles Leclerc. He did a cracking job moving through the field, just highlighting why he's so highly rated in the paddock.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
Alright, so with that finish, we do move behind Hulkenberg in the standings. I believe we were tied coming in, so he must have had a better finish than us, and that is the best of the rest battle. Same deal with the Constructors' Championship. We did lose spot to Renault, because I believe both of their drivers got points. Yep, both Hulkenberg and Sainz got points. But overall, I mean, could have been better, could have been worse. Any race director things. Hartley had he actually had a collision with Ericsson, so maybe that led to the mechanical failure. Other than that, we had the collision with Vettel while he was trying to pass us, and Gasly as well. So overall, I mean, a good race. Let's see if Claire has anything to say. If not, then we'll head back to the menu. Nope, nothing from Claire. Alright. So we're doing well in both of our rivalries right now. We're only 1 point away from locking up the Ocon rivalry. We're a ways to go in the Hartley rivalry, but that's fine. Resource points ought to be in good shape there, because we have that resource point bonus for the race now. So, decent amount of points there. We could start another upgrade theoretically. Definitely got the rep going up for everybody except for Haas, Mercedes, and Ferrari. And Renault. Getting closer to that veteran status, but we got a ways to go there as well.
That's a great result. You did really well. I don't think we can have any complaints with that performance.
Well, thank you, Jeff. I sure hope you wouldn't have any
We've
complaints.
received invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.
Alright, so leading off next episode, we will have either an overtake challenge at Italy or a pursuit challenge at Britain. I'll probably go for the overtake, but that'll be for next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. It really means a lot to me, and I will see you next time for the most dreaded race on the calendar for me, Monaco. Bye.